I'm underneath the V, and I'm just going to turn the drive shaft, or what is called the propeller. That play is just about not even a turn, not even a 2mm turn. There's really no play in it, but it does make a noise. Like I said, it's about 1.5mm. I'm underneath my V, and that's all the play I have. Even though you see my hand moving, I really have no play in the drive shaft. And there it goes right down the lineup. As you see, it's in the front by the automatic. That's the amount of movement I have. Even though my wheels are not up in the air, that's pretty damn good. There's the part number, and there's the rear. And you can see how much it's moving. If I push up or pull down, you can see the rear differential slightly move. I'm not worried about this braking. So while I'm under here, I'm going to douse it down. Do the same thing to the rear. Here's the center joint. Same thing. As promised, I'm underneath the car. Hand is on the axle, the drive shaft. You can see the wheel moving. It's moving a good 1/4 of an inch. I'll show you the drive axle. This is the drive axle. It's moving. There's the rear wheel. It's moving just a little bit. To show you exactly how I'm moving it, if I turn the wheel, that's the amount of play I have in it. Good 5 to 6 inches, I would say. There you see the drive shaft. That's the play. It looks like it's normal. Hey, welcome everyone to Honda SUV. We're going to be removing the propeller shaft, the drive shaft. As the car gets old, you'll be riding along, you hear this vibrating sound or wobble. It will go into the steering wheel. These are called the universal joints for the front and rear, the main drive shaft. It will spin and cause that noise. What I'm going to be using to remove it will be 14mm for the main center bearing part, and it's going to be 10mm for the universal joints and 12mm for the strap bracket. I hope to get the best angle for you on video, and we're filming in full 1080p. Let's get right underneath the car as I already loosened everything up, and let's hope everything comes out nice and easy. On with the show. This is the universal joint at the front drive shaft, the auto transmission. There are 4 bolts, and this is where you're going to use your 10mm. Liquid wrench would be recommended. This is where you're going to use the 14mm on the TSB Honda strap that never wrapped correctly around the shaft. This is your second strap we're going to leave on. As you can see, I have a jack stand just underneath the shaft, and your rear differential 4 bolts 10mm. Let's get started. Let's take off the very top bolts. Should come off basically with ease after you loosen everything up. Let's work on the next bolt. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, you need to pull back and the shaft will come out. Let me demonstrate. There you go. As simple as that. There you see the rear shaft off and the center seal or center shaft removed. Let's get to the front of the shaft. As this is the best angle I can give you, I've already pre-loosened the bolts, and I'm going to start with the top bolts that are the hardest to reach. Be careful of the shaft trying to fall off. It will start to slip. Have a jack stand behind you, or have your arms correctly underneath the shaft. Let the bolts drop, because you can always find the bolt later or have replacement bolts. I chose not to use the end of the ratchet, but just spin it off while one hand holds the shaft so it doesn't fall on my head. Due to the 2002 Honda CR-V TSB recall, they have never put the correct wrap strap around. So one hand is always on. We can always reorder the shaft, and we can always order the strap and put a new one on, or we bend the old one. One more bolt to take off. Make sure everything is held on properly. And I just have to love my neighborhood with passing cars trying to film. Last bolt coming out. Pulling out. Hand on shaft. Pull. The shaft weighs roughly around 25 pounds. As you can hear it coming off. Pull it out. I want to get it on film though. Yeah, if the dogs get out of my face.
Maxie, come on, leave him. Maxie, leave him. Stay, everybody. Stay still.
For those who are looking to replace their propeller shaft, it is very simple to do. You have to know that the shaft goes in. It compresses in. That was the problem that I had. Be very careful not to pull this out. This is 2 pieces. It weighs about 25 plus pounds. Bringing it to the shop, and off we go. Volume up a little. So you can get the idea if that is the universal joist and the bearings that got to be replaced. Thank you for viewing. Well, everyone, it seems it was not the shaft, the propeller shaft or the drive line to the Honda CR-V. It's coming from the rear wheels. The rotor jobs were done, the brakes were done, so I'm hoping it's not the bearings or the axles. So let's put the shaft right back in the exact way it came out. Place in a top bolt and turn it clockwise. And then I work on the opposite side. The differential, and then lifting the rear up, putting jacks underneath the car, and correctly positioning the rear differential. Put your screws on.
Get the other screws on fast.
Spin the wheel.
Or you could turn.
So there you have it, everyone. Taking the drive propeller shaft off is an easy task. Just make sure you pull the shaft to release it to come down. If it gives you a little difficulty, always douse it with liquid wrench or silicone spray. Come back at a later time and everything works out fine. The shaft's in perfect order. It's the rear wheels. The rotors were changed. The brakes were changed on all around. So it may be the ball bearings or the axle of the rear differential. I am not worried about the headaches. So thank you for viewing and have a great day.